the ache is familiar, isn't it? That tightening in the chest, the knot in the stomach, the relentless pull towards another person, born not of joy, but of a profound, almost desperate need. We call it love, sometimes, this clinging, this fear of loss that makes us grasp tighter, control harder, until the very thing we cherish feels stifled, strained, perhaps even pushes away. We've all felt it, in relationships with partners, family, friends, even in our attachment to outcomes, ideas, or material things. This instinct to hold on, to possess, to make another's presence or a specific situation the source of our safety and happiness feels deeply ingrained. It feels like a survival mechanism, a shield against the terrifying emptiness of being alone or the pain of change. But what if this intense grip, this relentless clinging isn't love at all? What if it's the very opposite? We cling because, deep down, we fear that without the object of our attachment, be it a person, a status, a feeling, we are somehow less, incomplete, unworthy. This fear is a powerful current, running beneath the surface of our modern lives, fed by narratives that tell us we need external validation, external security, external love to feel whole. We are taught to seek our reflection in the eyes of others, to build our sense of self on the shifting sands of their opinions or their continued presence. This creates a fragile foundation, one that trembles at the slightest hint of distance or change. We pour our energy into maintaining the external connection, believing that if we just hold on tight enough, we can prevent the inevitable flow of life from taking what we perceive as ours. It's like trying to cup water in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the more it leaks through your fingers. The very act of clinging creates the pressure that can break the bond. It turns potential joy into anxiety, presence into possession, and connection into control. It's a desperate dance, fueled by the illusion that love is something you can have, something you can own, something that can be taken away. Ancestral wisdom, however, whispers a different truth. Many ancient traditions understood love not as a static possession, but as a dynamic force, a current of energy that flows through all things. They saw relationships not as a merging of two incomplete halves seeking to become one dependent unit, but as the meeting of two sovereign souls, walking alongside each other on their individual paths, sharing the journey while respecting the sacredness of their distinctness. They understood that clinging comes from a place of scarcity, the belief that there isn't enough love, enough worth, enough security within oneself. This scarcity mindset is a modern malady, amplified by a world that constantly tells us we need more, that we are not enough as we are. True spiritual love, the kind recognized by those who walk the earth with a deeper connection to the cosmos and the self, is abundant. It is not dependent on external validation or the perpetual presence of another. It recognizes the divine spark within oneself and honors the divine spark within the other. It is a love that frees, not binds. It understands that everyone is on their own unique journey, guided by their own spirit and destiny. To love spiritually is to witness the other person's path with reverence, offering support and companionship, but never seeking to redirect their steps to suit your own comfort or fear. It is the radical act of trusting the flow of life, trusting the inherent goodness and purpose of both your journey and theirs. This understanding shifts the focus entirely. Instead of pouring energy into desperately holding on to someone or something, you begin to cultivate the source of love within yourself. You nourish that internal spark, recognizing that your worth is not granted by others, but is an intrinsic quality of your being. This is the profound truth at the heart of self, knowledge you are already whole. You are already enough. When you know this deeply, the frantic need to cling begins to loosen its grip. You realize that you can offer love, pure and unconditional, without needing it to be returned in a specific way or for the person to remain precisely where you want them to be. This doesn't mean indifference or detachment. Spiritual love is deeply engaged, profoundly empathetic, and fiercely supportive. But it is also spacious. It allows for growth, for change, for distance when needed, without dissolving into fear or resentment. It trusts that true connections, those aligned at the soul level, can withstand the tests of time, space, and change because they are not built on fragile external dependencies, but on a shared recognition of the divine within each other. When you operate from this place of internal fullness, you attract relationships that reflect that abundance and freedom. You are no longer seeking someone to complete you, but someone to share the fullness of your already complete being with. The path away from clinging and towards spiritual love is a journey inward. It requires courage to confront the fears that drive the clinging behavior. It involves introspection to understand the roots of your insecurity and the stories you tell yourself about your own worthiness. It demands cultivating self-compassion, recognizing that these patterns are often born of past pain or societal conditioning and are not a reflection of your true nature. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and conscious breathing can help ground you in the present moment, reducing the anxiety fueled by fears of the future or regrets of the past. Engaging with ancestral wisdom, whether through studying specific traditions or simply connecting with the cycles of nature and the wisdom of your own lineage, can provide a powerful framework for understanding love as a force that transcends individual ownership. Letting go of clinging is not losing love, it is creating the space for real love to thrive. It is like opening your hand to a butterfly. If you squeeze, you crush it. But if you offer an open palm, it may choose to stay, or it may fly away. But either way, the beauty of its presence was experienced without force. This spaciousness in relationships allows individuals the freedom to be their authentic selves, to grow, to explore, and to return, not out of obligation or fear, but out of genuine desire and soul resonance. This is where trust truly blossoms, not just trust in the other person, but trust in the universal flow. Trust in your own resilience and wholeness, and trust that what is meant for you, when approached with an open heart and a non-possessive spirit, will remain, not because you held on tightly, but because it chose to stay in the expansive field of spiritual love. If this journey resonates with you, if you feel the truth of these words stirring something within your own spirit, please give this video a like. It helps this message reach others who are also seeking to understand love beyond the confines of fear and attachment. Share your own experiences with clinging, with letting go, or with glimpses of spiritual love in the comments below. Your story might be the light someone else needs on their path. And for more explorations into the depths of the spirit, self-knowledge, and the timeless wisdom of the ancestors, subscribe to the channel. Join this community as we continue to uncover the truths that set us free. The journey from clinging to spiritual love is not always easy, but it is perhaps the most profoundly liberating path you can ever walk. It is the path to discovering that the infinite source of love you seek in the world has always resided within you. And from that place of internal abundance, you can offer and receive a love that is truly boundless, free, and divine.